Hello, everyone. Welcome to this bonus episode on our Across the Bifrost feed. We are getting ready, us wrestling fans are getting ready for the Royal Rumble this weekend. So myself, Josh Patterson, and Jason Luck are here to preview everything that's going to happen at the Rumble. And we may get some stuff right. We're probably going to get a lot of stuff wrong. Who knows? They're going to throw curveballs at us, probably. That would be nice. But Josh, you're here for the bonus episode. We're talking pro wrestling. It's going to be a lot of fun. Are you hyped for the Royal Rumble?
Of course. The Royal Rumble's like one of my favorite things every year.
It sounded like I was bringing
Yes.
you into a news interview. Of course, yes. Hi, I'm here.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
So, Josh, real quick, off top of your dome, favorite Royal Rumble that you can recall? What's your favorite one or your favorite winner? Do you have a favorite Royal Rumble moment?
Yeah, Royal Rumble moment, dude. The last time Edge came back,
Ooh,
I watch that when I'm feeling sad. I watch that video and it gives me chills and makes me happy. Like, I love that. Like just the pop that he gets, but also like the emotion that's on his face
yeah.
and like the kind of like holy shit like look that he has going on. It was just a lot of fun. Plus,
Yeah.
like go in, hit 97 spears. So anyway, that was
Great.
I love that moment. It was fun.
Great moment we did not know was on the table. So,
Oh yeah, exactly. That made
yeah.
it even better. Like the guy that they said would never wrestle again.
Yeah. Jason, I know you're excited for the Rumble. The Rumble is one of those pay-per-views every year that fans just get hyped for because it's just one of the funnest matches, one of the funnest pay-per-views. Do you remember, do you have a favorite memory, a favorite Rumble, a favorite winner, anything like that to kick us off today?
Yeah, I think if you go back, my favorite Rumble memory was when Mick Foley came in as the Three Faces of Foley in the same Rumble.
Foley. Yes.
I've always been a big Foley guy, and I love how they pulled that off. It gave him a big moment without him actually having to win the Rumble.
Oh, I mean, and there's probably some people that could not tell you who won that Rumble, but they could tell you that Foley showed up 3 times in that Rumble. I believe that was one of the Rumbles Stone Cold won, or was that The Rock?
See, I don't remember even who won.
So okay, see, point proven. My favorite Rumble memory or match is I was always a big fan of the Rumble where Ray and Triple H go coast to coast and they start the Rumble together and they end it together. And that's also the year that Eddie passed away. So you get that big emotional rush of Ray winning the Royal Rumble. But my favorite Royal Rumble memory in the recent times was when Logan Paul and Ricochet do the clash. The like athleticism I didn't know again was on the table. Those guys clashing in the middle of the ring. Fantastic memory from the last few Rumbles. We've had some pretty okay Rumbles the last few years. I think this one is setting up to be it's like a Royal Rumble All-Star match. So we're gonna talk about the Royal Rumble. We're gonna give you our picks. We've got a bunch of fun prop bets we're gonna go through there, but there was a little bit of business that happened the weekend before the Royal Rumble. It was the second edition of this revamped Saturday night's main event. So we were coming from San Antonio, Texas. We had 4 matches and 1 contract signing. So Jason, what do you think? Should we go match by match real quick, or should we kind of do an overall? What do you think would be best?
We can talk match by match. I don't think a lot of it held any consequence, but we can talk about them all.
Okay, so we started off the Peacock broadcast, this 2-hour wrestling show, with Rhea Ripley defeating Nia Jax by pinfall in a little around 9.5 minutes. I don't think Rhea Ripley losing was really on the table for this one. But Josh? What did you think about this opener? Anything come to mind about this match?
Just there was a lot of fun spots in the match. And I kind of like I'm a huge like high flyer kind of fan, but also the kind of like 2 powerhouse kind of thing
Right.
can be fun at the same time. So there were some pretty good displays of athleticism. Nia catching Rhea Ripley in that kind of hurricanrana that she was going for.
Yeah.
Was an impressive feat of strength. The Code Red that Rhea hit was sick. Love that shit.
The margin for
uh,
error on that it
oh
seemed
my
really
gosh.
small.
Yeah, yeah, it was sick. That and like, it was a good always impressive to get somebody up. A big girl like Nia, get her up for the Riptide
Yeah,
and
yeah.
make it look good. So I thought it was fun.
I feel like Nia Jax she's in her Big Show era where her job is to make other people look strong. So
Yeah.
Rhea does that really well. My favorite little thing from this match, and then I'd love to hear Jason's thoughts, is I love that Rhea just walks in that ring and looks like a heavy metal album cover come to life. She's like she just exudes charisma, like her attire, her tattoos, like how she does her facial expressions. She was on full display here, and I think just another little like a solid notch in the belt of why she's over, why she's awesome, what she does well. And Naya feels like a good opponent to always be like, hey, by the way, she can still do this shit. Just a reminder. Because we know the last time they faced off, it was Elimination Chamber last year, and they main evented that show in Australia. This, I don't think this was anywhere near that match, but it was solid. It was good, and we move on. Jason, any thoughts on this match?
Yeah, I think you guys both kind of covered the main thing was that none of us thought Nia was going to win this match, but these revamped Saturday Night Main Event shows on NBC, the biggest focus is showing people these stars, and maybe you're picking up new people that haven't seen WWE product in a long time. So
Yeah.
you want to put out your big, different charisma vacuum stars like that because Rhea has everything that somebody's going to be flipping that channel on and go, who is this? She's
Yeah.
cool. She's got everything you want to have in a superstar. So put her out there, give her somebody to work with, a big girl to put over, and it's just showcase.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. She the old adage, she passes the airport test. If she walks through
Mm-hmm.
the airport, you may not know who she is, but you know she's someone. Put it that way. Speaking of charisma vacuums and people that Josh Patterson thinks sucks, Braun Breaker defended his Intercontinental Championship against Sheamus in a bout that went 11 and a half minutes. I thought this match was really solid. It's almost like these guys cannot put on a bad match together. And whether it's good to great, it's always hard hitting. It's always got a lot of speed and intensity to it. My favorite part of this match had to be the spear Braun hit on Sheamus coming off the steps. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Sheamus about hit his dome on the back of those steps, but the way Braun hit that it looked like he broke ribs. It looked like he cracked him open. It was fantastic move. Really showed off Braun's power and his intensity, which is really what they're trying to impress upon us with his character right now. Jason, what did you think of the IC title match and Sheamus falling short of the one title he's never gotten yet again?
Yeah, they're kind of they're really pushing that story out there of this is the one title Sheamus hasn't won and he keeps coming up short. I feel like we're gonna build to this one more time, probably at WrestleMania, and then that's when you'll finally get Sheamus going over. But yeah, that spot you talked about with Sheamus almost hitting his head on the back of the ring step, the back of his head on the ring steps, kind of foreshadowed something we saw the next night on Raw.
Truly, yep. Because they did not leave this lying. Josh, what'd you think of the IC title match? And have you come to the light yet? Is Braun Breaker is he breaking through for you on in any level, or is he still the pain of your existence?
No, I still am not a Braun Breaker fan. Although I do think his ring gear was the coolest ring gear that he's worn.
Yeah,
I'll give him credit for that.
he looks like a,
I
a 90s 90s computer background.
Yeah, it's just cool, but also like I don't like all the stupid like when he has like what does he write on his trunks like badass or something like that's dumb. Like that's shit that middle school boys put on their create a WWE superstar,
Braun
which
is
I've said before.
Braun is a
But and
middle
it's
school boy come to life as a WWE superstar.
yeah, but it's just lame. Like if you're a badass, you don't have to tell people you're a badass. Just be a badass.
That is
Um,
true.
and so I don't know. That always bothers me. But that's me being an asshole. That's nothing. Like Broad is clearly talented. I'm an ass. I realize I'm the problem.
I
But it was fun. I enjoyed. Sheamus had a couple nice bro kicks, which I just love that move. It's always a crowd pleaser in my book. So I knew Sheamus would not win. I picked him to win anyway out of spite, and I told you guys I was going to lose to the fucking coin because the coin picked, I think, all correctly.
uh
Or no,
no,
it didn't. It missed one because
yes,
the
and we'll get to
that we
that.
all missed. Yeah.
Yeah, we all missed that on a technicality, damn it. Um So our next little segment we got was the contract signing between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens for their ladder match at the Royal Rumble, and it was HBK's job to get this contract signed. Nick Aldis himself could not get this contract done, and he could not get it done. So Shawn Michaels was sent out there in San Antonio. He got a champion's welcome, and we had a little bit of a verbal spar. The segment broke down kind of the way you would think a Kevin Owens Cody Rhodes confrontation would. And then wouldn't you know, Shawn Michaels can still land that sweet chin music. So that's how it ended. He hit KO with the sweet chin music, and it was a good segment. They got in, they got out, they did their business. Josh, what did you think of the contract signing? Was there any highlights for you in this little moment?
I was genuinely impressed that Shawn Michaels old ass could get his leg up that high still and make it look good.
Yes,
So
yes.
that was fun, and I thought the angle of KO going after him and trying to hit that what do they call it, a
The
package pile
package
driver.
pile driver.
Yeah, and then Cody kind of helping with that. I thought it was a fun way to do it, and the sweet chin music, crowd pleaser. Good on you, Sean, for getting that up. And I just want to know, like, did he pull a groin? Did he, pop a ball? Hopefully not.
Pop a
He
ball.
still he still got it.
Uh, Jason, they teased that package pile driver yet again. Do we think we're getting that package pile driver like through a ladder at the Royal Rumble or something gnarly like that? I have a feeling these guys are going to steal the
I
show.
I certainly hope so. Yeah, I feel like this match is going to steal the show. Um, I what I loved about the segment was with KO kind of eating that kick at the end. It kind of makes you think that Cody looks strong in the go home. It just gives you another layer of, could KO possibly take this belt from Cody? And I mean, I don't think any of us think it's going to happen, but we all kind of hope it happens. So
Mhm.
that just feeds into that, where it just gives you another little doubt in your mind that KO. And also I need to mention KO's shirt game was on point again.
Yeah, Cody sucks eggs
Sucks eggs.
or whatever. Yeah.
So good. So good. When he walked out, I was in the kitchen cleaning up after dinner, and that segment was on, and I was like, okay, nothing really crazy is gonna happen. And then KO walks out, and I hear someone from the living room like, "Hey, what does this shirt he's wearing even mean?" And I was like, I don't even know how I could explain this to someone who's been watching wrestling for like 2 years. But like for all like old heads, they're just like, "Oh my God, that's hilarious." So KO's shirt game has been pretty on point these last few months. Speaking of things being on point, Jacob Fatu, everybody. In the next match,
Mhm.
Jacob Fatu, really, was this a match or was it just a mauling? Because Jacob Fatu lost to Braun Strowman via disqualification. So Braun technically got the win, which is what we were alluding to a few seconds ago. We all picked Jacob Fatu to win. Didn't technically win, but he did bloody Braun up real good.
He didn't necessarily lose either, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Braun definitely lost the match, even though he won. So several hip attacks in the corner, and then Jacob Fatu hit a couple of what I'm calling the full moonsault because he is the Samoan werewolf. The
Mhm.
the brutality was pretty was pretty gnarly. Braun bled a gusher out of his face. But Jason, what do you think of this segment that really highlighted, like you were saying, we're on NBC, we're highlighting a guy with a lot of charisma, a lot of energy. What did you think of this highlight of Jacob Fatu?
Well, dude, all of us here on this chat, we're all really big fans of Jacob Fatu. We
Yeah,
kind of thought he was stealing the show from Solo Sikoa for a long time, and I feel like WWE kind of got their worth out of Sikoa, and they've moved on to okay, we've got to focus on Fatu, and they did that in this match because it was a match, but they Braun Strowman made this guy look like $1 million, and it was kind of the same
absolutely.
thing he did for Bronson Reed on Raw,
Mhm.
6 to 8 months ago. Um, yeah, I the level of violence and just even like when he was walking to the ring, he's so cool. He just like Rhea, he exudes charisma. His mic skills are awesome. This is the guy that you could have positioned against Roman Reigns, and it would have actually mattered, and there wouldn't have it wouldn't have been such a predetermined outcome, I think.
Yeah. Talk about that charisma vacuum. Whew, man.
Hmm.
The difference between Solo and Fatu is night and day, we'll put it that
Night and
way.
day. Yep.
Yeah. So Josh, what do you think about Jacob's just absolute beatdown of Braun and is Braun Strowman in his Nia Jax era? Where
I mean, I want to give all the love to Braun Strowman for doing, what he did.
Yeah,
Shout out to him. He's a hard worker, company guy. Lots of respect for him. But I guess what I would want to say is this. Braun Breaker plays the character of a badass. Jacob Fatu is a
he is a
fucking
badass.
badass. There's a distinction there. And I don't think, it doesn't, yeah, I'm here for it. I like the violence, the moonsaults, lots of fun, fantastic. Kind of a callback to the whole, Bronson hitting the tsunamis multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And the
hadn't even thought
crowd,
about that, but truly, yeah.
yeah, and the crowd, I mean, the crowd getting into it and chanting, like encouraging him, like, do it again. Like, so the
Yeah.
crowd's here for it too.
That was Josh. You'll get this because of our shared history of being youth pastors. That was Jacob Fatu's "Give us Barabbas" moment.
Yeah.
They're like, kill the good guy, give us the
Yeah,
bad guy.
right. Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. I
so
like it.
we ended the show with main event Jey Uso challenging Gunther for the world heavyweight title in the main event. Jey had a fantastic entrance through the crowd. Did his dance with like a kid right next to him. I thought that was just an absolute awesome experience, especially for that kid. Like that's just a cool moment. It was a solid match. It clocked in about 16 minutes and 40 seconds. Gunther did get the win. He did his consecutive power bombs, where it's like he doesn't release in between the power bombs. He just brings the guy right back up. And Jay looked good, but this was not a moment where most people thought Jay was going to get a win. Though I even said this when I was watching this with my wife on the couch. I was like, I know Jay's not going to win, but I wouldn't be mad at it. Like
Hmm.
I would not be mad at a Jey Uso World Heavyweight Title match win. So, Jason, what'd you think of Gunther and Jay's main event? Where did this match succeed for you?
It was a great match up until the finish. You kind of got in that
Okay.
last like 90 seconds to 2 minutes, and you could tell that's kind of one of the things these guys aren't used to is this show on NBC has a hard out. They want you to be
Oh yeah,
done right
they're
on that
moving
hour.
on.
And you could tell that moment when Jay hit that spear and it kind of the last spear Jay hit was a little wonky.
I agree.
And then Gunther quickly rushed into taking control of the match back, hits the power bomb, lifts him up, hits another power bomb, and covers him. And then like we were done.
Yeah,
And I don't think either of those guys was used to that because on Raw you get that 3, 4, 5 minute overrun if you need it,
yeah,
and this is just that a different thing. And like you said, I could have seen Jay winning this match because uh, Gunther has been one of those missteps of the Triple H era where he was built as such a big badass, and he's kind of fallen back into the crowd.
Yeah, he's just not a
Um,
big deal. Like,
he's not a big deal right now, and that upsets me. They tried to rectify it a little bit on Raw last night, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. It's just he kind
yeah,
of feels like they've passed him by.
which is really unfortunate. I really hope we can course correct, and in a month or two, maybe 3 months, we can look back and be like, wow, we were wrong. There was a plan, all along. But you're right, Jason. Like as of right now, we need more Gunther. We need, like, if he's going to be the world champ on Raw, let's treat him like the world champ on Raw. He's like the fourth or fifth most important guy on any number of episodes. And that's
And
if you don't
maybe
count Rhea Ripley or Liv Morgan.
I'll say maybe not even that, because
Yeah,
the biggest problem is since Raw hit Netflix, Raw is the A show, and
not
it's
even
not
close.
even
Yeah,
close.
yep.
SmackDown's been knocked down to like a D show.
Hmm.
And the problem you have is Cody is coming over and showing up on almost every Raw because it's on
Yep.
Netflix. And that just degrades that World Heavyweight title into the uh, consolation prize that we all thought it was when they created it.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
Gunther is not a guy wrestling wise that should be secondary, except we had the whole Crown Jewel Saudi
right.
show thing where they made him the second guy to Cody. So you
Yeah.
can't put those guys on the same show. People aren't going to forget that.
Yeah. It's Josh, what'd you think of the main event? Could you have seen Jay winning here? Do you think this is just another notch in the belt for Gunther?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything that you guys have said. I don't need to belabor any of it. But yeah, I'm a Jey Uso fan, so I also would not have been mad if he won. I could have seen him winning.
Yeah.
Um, and maybe I wonder. I think Jason makes a good point. I wonder if they should move Gunther to SmackDown, or like just keep them away from each other. Cody and Gunther. I agree. And I remember even growing up, like middle school era, the WWE Championship was always on Raw, and the
Always.
World Heavyweight Championship was always a SmackDown thing. Um, so I don't know.
Yeah. Like you didn't see, I mean, you rarely, in 2003, 2004, you didn't see Triple H and JBL crossing over. They were doing their own thing. They were running their own shows.
Mm.
And like on SmackDown, JBL was, as he would say, a wrestling god. Triple
Oh,
H was
I
not even
hated
on
him
his
in that
mind.
era so much.
And Triple H's reign of terror was happening on Raw. Never the two shall meet. And there's obviously there's that famous line because I have to say it, Jason. There's that famous line that Paul Heyman says at one of the first ECW One Night Stands, and he looks up into the stands and says to JBL, "The only reason you're a champion is because Triple H didn't want to work Tuesdays." It's one of the most badass lines, and it's like, Jason, how do you recover from someone saying that line? JBL just
Yeah, you don't, because Paul Heyman is one of those guys. There's a handful of guys that have that freedom to say
say what they
whatever the
want.
fuck they want to say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then you've got 99% of the other guys on the roster that don't have that freedom.
Nope.
You're not going to win a mic battle with those guys.
Yeah, it's like guys that can say just about anything and get away with it. There's Paul Heyman, like a CM Punk,
CM Punk.
Josh Patterson, those like in that order. So guys, we did walk out of Saturday night's main event with Jason having our predictions title secured around his shoulder, winning by a point. We didn't really have a lot of variance in this show. But Jason, any words as champ? Because we're about to jump in our predictions for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, there was no doubt I was going to retain.
Smug bastard.
He's
Okay.
been on a tear. I feel bad
Yes,
about
this is
myself.
this is Jason's reign of terror, Josh. This is Jason's reign of terror. God, it's because he hooked up with the boss's daughter. Damn it.
Oh,
Here we go.
I need to go on the Josh Patterson revenge tour.
The Josh Patterson Revenge Tour. Hell yes. Okay. Oh, guys, we're gonna jump into our predictions for the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble, I mean, if you're listening to this and you're a wrestling fan, you know the Royal Rumble is a lot of fun, and the whole point of the Royal Rumble is the anticipation, the prediction, the waiting for it. It's one of the only shows where the variance, the unpredictability of it, is the main thing that we wait for and we want all year long. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna kind of do this in a staggered way, guys. Let's do what kind of the order that I predict they'll do this in. Let's do the Women's Royal Rumble first, and then the best two out of three falls tag match, then the WWE title ladder match, and then we'll end with the Men's Royal Rumble, and we'll do our prop bets that are associated with those things as we go. Okay? Does that work for you guys?
Works for me. I want to add one thing. Triple H, if you're listening, don't be a fucking pussy. Put the ladder match on last. It's your world title. You will already have the men's rumble winner decided, and then anything fucking goes. Come on, pussy,
Oh,
do it.
okay. Okay. Hey, I wouldn't be mad at it because I think that feud has earned a main event.
I
And
agree.
those guys are gonna go so fucking nuts. Okay.
Hmm.
So here we are. Let's start off with the Women's Royal Rumble. We have so far, I believe, about ten ladies are announced for the Rumble. But let's start with a few of our prop bets. So this Rumble is kind of wide open, Jason, but do you have a pick for who you think is going to be the Iron Woman of this match? The lady that's going to last the longest in the ring. Josh, I should not
Well,
have given you access to this Google Sheets account.
if you watched Raw last night, you had at a certain point in the show, you have Bailey coming and talking to Rhea Ripley and saying, "Hey, I won the Rumble last year. Um, maybe it'll be me and you this year." So I think Bailey is not going to win the Rumble again, but I think she's going to be the Iron Woman this year.
Okay, solid choice. She entered at what, one or two last year?
I
And
think she was two.
yeah, but she went all the way coast to coast.
She went Broadway. Yeah.
So, Josh, who do you think is going to be the Iron Woman this year in the Women's Royal Rumble?
I gotta go with my homegirl, Liv Morgan.
Yep,
She's been a workhorse for, as we've talked about on multiple episodes, and I think that's going to continue into the Rumble,
absolutely.
and we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I think it's
I
going to be Liv.
I agree with Josh. I think Liv, not as like a consolation prize. Like I don't think Liv is going to win the Rumble, but I do think Liv is going to get a really big boost because Raquel Rodriguez is also in this Rumble. So she's going to have her heater, her tag partner there right with her. So I do think they'll have each other's backs, and I actually have that pair going pretty far. So, Jason, who do you think is going to have the most eliminations in the Women's Royal Rumble?
Well, I like that pick of you guys of Liv because she has that heater in there, Raquel, that can kind of be her protector, kind of a shield. Um, but I don't think she's going to win it because I think her and Raquel are destined with the story they've been telling. I think they're going to pick up those tag belts here really soon.
Yeah.
So I have winning the women's rumble. I have Bianca Belair.
You have winning the Rumble,
I have Bianca Belair winning the rumble.
but who has the most eliminations?
Oh, you asked for the eliminations. I am going to go with a returning Jade Cargill
Oh,
going
okay.
in the women's badass. 7, 8,
Oh.
9 eliminations. Not quite making it to the end, but looking really, really good in the return.
Okay, yeah, I love that. I was wondering if we were going to hear Jade's name. Um, so before we get to before we get to our winners, Josh, I need to know who you have as your final four. Who are the Oh, sorry, I didn't let you choose your eliminations. Who do you think is going to have the most eliminations, Josh?
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax, because
She was former champion. They like to build up her. I'm a big, powerful badass vibe, and I could see it. I think it would
Yeah.
make sense. Keep making her look big and scary and powerful.
I, you
Keep her
know,
strong.
for similar reasons, I went with another strong lady, Bianca Belair. I think Bianca's
Hmm.
going to have a
It's
ton
a
of
good move.
eliminations. I think she's going to get very, very close to winning this. But I couldn't go the full send, Jason. So Jason, who do you have as your final? Who do you have as your final four?
I've got you guys' pick of the Iron Woman Liv
Okay,
with her heater Raquel. I
okay,
have my winner Bianca, and then obviously Charlotte Flair because if she's in the ring, she's always an obvious pick that could be the winner. But we've been there. I don't think the story is good enough to just put her back in and let her win it. So those are my four: Liv, Bianca, Raquel, and Charlotte.
well, I'll just get this over with. I have the exact same final four as Jason, and we did not compare notes beforehand.
No, you're a smart guy.
Josh, despite your lewd gesture, that was not on the table. So, Josh, who did you have as your final four ladies in the Royal Rumble?
Yeah, mine's kind of a lot different than your guys's, huh?
Well, that's good
Um,
because we get up 1 point for every correct answer.
well, you guys are gonna get four right probably. But I was trying to think outside the box. So I have Liv Morgan, I have Bailey, I have Nia Jax, and this is hopeful, Josh. I don't know that it's actually gonna happen,
Yeah,
but I threw Becky Lynch in there because that's what Josh's heart would like to see.
Ry- Ryan's heart echoes what Josh's heart says. I,
And
I want Becky in
I
this
will
one.
also say I had Becky written down before I crossed it out and put Raquel in there as like
Yeah,
Oh,
a
nice.
heater to make you think that Liv was going to be the winner.
yeah.
So we're kind of right there.
So now, guys, we've gotten our final four, but who do we think is actually going to win the Women's Royal Rumble match? Real quickly, guys, I'll just tell you, I picked Charlotte, uh, but I only have one confidence point on it because I would be 100% okay with Becky winning this match. I'd be 100% okay with Bianca winning this match. I would actually even be okay with Liv winning this match. I don't think she's going to, but like there's several women in this match. I would not be upset if they won it. But I think that allure of a Charlotte Tiffany Stratton match, I'm bought into that. So I'm gonna put one confidence point on Charlotte Flair to win the Women's Royal Rumble. Jason, who do you have standing out of your group of four? You said Bianca Belair. How many confidence points do you have on Bianca?
Yeah, I spoiled it because I wasn't listening to you. I have
You're
Bianca
fine.
with 2 points.
Okay.
Um, but I kind of agree with you. I think Charlotte Tiffany's where they're going to go on the SmackDown side. I just think they're going to save that for the Elimination Chamber. So I went with Bianca with two. They've got some story to tell with the tag belts with Jade's return, who attacked Jade. They've kind of left that in a murky place. But I think they got to start cleaning all that up. So I think Bianca and probably Bianca Rhea is going to be a Mania match on that side. I think.
God, dude, I am not mad at that one bit. I would be here for it because they also had a little bit of a square off the night after Mania last year, where Bianca said like, "Hey, well, like, we're gonna do this again, but like we got our own shit to go, do for now." And they did that same kind of tease with Becky the previous Mania after
Yep.
Raw after Mania. So who knows? I'm all for long-term storytelling, Jason. But Josh, who do you have as your winner out of your unique group of four? Because you are the outside the box thinker.
I got me some Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, more hopeful. This is hopeful, Josh, but
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun to see her return and win. And also, like for the listeners who can't see the spreadsheet, I want it to be known that Jason had Mae Young to win the Women's Royal Rumble match on this official spreadsheet, and you changed it to Bianca Belair.
I
So I don't
I
know why
had
we're
to
doing that.
because not only would May be making a return to the ring, be making a return from the return to the mortal realm. She would have to be raised from the dead, and then he'd be like, Hey, Mae Young, you've been raised from the dead. What are you gonna do next? I'm gonna go win the Royal Rumble, bitches.
And
Ryan, how
well,
soon you forget they've done zombies in the WWE universe, so
You know what?
it's
That is
not
funny.
it's
and
not
the
out of the realm.
Undertaker's been fucking around and showing up in places recently, so
Mm.
I mean, technically, the Undertaker is a dead man. So, guys,
Josh, what'd you put? How many points did you put on Becky?
oh
I
yes,
put 2 points on Becky.
two
Two.
confidence points. Let's do a few of our non-Royal Rumble matches next. We'll start with our best 2 out of 3 falls match for the WWE Tag Team Championships. Guys, I love that we have a men's tag match on a pay-per-view. Because I feel like not only have tag teams really kind of been meh since the Usos and KO and Sammy had their clash at Mania, but the Judgment Day have had kind of a run on Raw, but the SmackDown titles really have been nothing since last WrestleMania. But the Motor City Machine Guns are facing off with DIY for the best 2 out of 3 falls match. Jason, who we'll just say this first. Who do you think is taking the first pinfall in this tag team title match? Because that is our prop bet that Josh suggested we do. It was one of our only non-Royal Rumble prop bets.
Yeah, anytime you do a 2 out of 3 falls match, I think if you book it correctly, the heels always win the first fall.
Yeah,
You always want to put the faces in peril right away, whether they're going to come back and win it or not, or come back. You rarely go 2-0, so you go to the third fall, and then you do the faces get 2 in a row, or do they try and not succeed? I have DIY picking up the first fall.
just a quick piggyback off that. I also have DIY picking up the first pinfall just for those same reasons because of 2 out of 3 falls booking that I've seen throughout my life. But Josh in our planning document he has the Motor City Machine Guns winning the first fall. So Josh, defend yourself. Why do you have Saban and Shelley picking up the first fall?
I mean, I like your guys' reasoning. And like if I was thinking about it from the face heel perspective, that's what I would have done. But I went with the champion perspective. So put the champs down early and, have them have to fight their way back, get the next fall, and then have the faces go over. So that's what I was thinking.
Absolutely. No, I mean, hey, I would love for that to be the thing where you have the machine guns kind of get out to that early lead, and then Champa and Gargano kind of weasel their way back into the match. Who do you guys have winning this match? Jason, who do you have winning the tag titles walking out of Indianapolis with the straps?
This was the match I was most conflicted in
Okay,
because
cool.
they don't really care about tag team wrestling, so I never really
Well,
have
gut
a
shy.
my thumb. I never have a thumb on what they're gonna do, but I picked DIY to retain, but I
Okay.
only put 1 point on it.
Okay. So we have DIY for Jason. Josh, who do you have winning the tag titles at the Royal Rumble?
I have Motor City Machine Guns going over and reclaiming their titles. And I put 3 points on it. So,
As did I. As
Ooh.
did I. I wouldn't say like I'm terribly confident, but I don't really care about DIY anymore. Like there was a moment way back when in the before times of NXT where those two could be on any segment, any match, any whatever, and I would watch. And nowadays I just don't care. Like I don't care. But I think Shelley and Saban, if they were to win the titles here, they could actually make some other teams look good with the titles. Josh, did you have any specific reason why the Machine Guns are gonna take the titles?
I mean, I just kind of feel like a little bit similar to you that DIY is kind of played out, and Motor City Machine Guns, they have a ton of experience. Um, they're older, they're older guys have been doing it for a while. So like you, I think that they can, make other teams look good and try to like boost and elevate those titles. So yeah, I
Yeah,
went with
absolutely.
them.
So our next match we're going to talk about here is the match that Jason actually thinks would be best closing the show. We just have, Jason, we just have so much Royal Rumble stuff to talk about at the end. So we're going to talk real talk about the ladder match for the undisputed WWE Championship between the champion Cody Rhodes and the Winged Eagle champion Kevin Owens. We're putting both belts up. KO has proclaimed himself champion from their last little interaction at Saturday Night's main event. But we're gonna get a champion out of this. Ladder matches are they can be just so next level good, and I think these guys are gonna deliver in a major way. Jason, who do you have winning the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble in the ladder match?
As much as I'd like to see this match main event, as much as I know these guys are going to go out there and try to steal the show, Cody was in the Rumble last year and won the Rumble last year. And then we had all that weird bullshit with him,
Yeah.
pulling himself out of the match and getting back in. Um, I really think they're going to try to steal the show. And I would love, and I'm not a KO guy. I've never been a KO guy. I appreciate him, but he's always been kind of a, a lesser than guy to me.
Okay.
But the work he's been doing lately, I think, is fantastic, and I would love to see him win. I just get this. Cody is Triple H's golden goose.
Yeah.
I don't see him losing the title here, so I picked Cody for 3 points.
Cody for three. Okay. So, Josh, do you agree with kind of the consensus? Are you picking Cody or are you throwing the KO curveball here?
As much as I would love to see the KO curveball, I already made some rather dangerous picks, so I felt like I should go safe with Cody. And I went with Cody Rhodes with 4 confidence points to try to regain some of my craziness.
That honestly, Josh, same here, same
I would
reason.
love to see it. Like
No, I
I
wouldn't be
like
mad at it.
yeah, I like KO. I love him as a heel, and I love him as a funny heel. Like hit like the t-shirt stuff that we were talking about earlier. Like it's just great. Like
Yeah.
I like his character. So
Uh,
I I don't know, it'd be
The
fun.
Canadian dream, son of a
Yeah.
systems systems like
Systems engineer,
controller
yeah.
guy. Oh my
And
gosh, it's great.
by the way, those shirts are available on WWE Shop,
Oh,
both of them.
so good.
Really? That's rad.
God. Guys, the one prop bet I suggested this prop bet for this match because I just feel like we need to add a little wrinkle in here. Are we going to see someone else get physically involved in this match? I'm not saying on behalf of either of the competitors. Are we going to see another person get involved in this match? Jason, how do you feel about that?
Like I said, man, if this match main evented and you already had a Rumble winner, whoever it may be, CM Punk, um, Roman Reigns, whatever, whoever it was, and then you had KO's recent, accidental haluva kicks on other faces, and you have KO and Sami Zayn's uh, long past. You could have all these guys get involved, but if you have this match pre-Rumble, I don't know who you have come out and get involved,
Yeah.
especially physically. So I said no.
Okay. That's a no-go for Mr. Luck. Josh, do you have similar feelings or is someone going to get involved in this match?
I said hell yeah.
You did. You were very emphatic. You were very emphatic. Why hell yeah?
For fun. I thought it would add a fun wrinkle. Again, a lot of my picks this time feel to be driven by my heart instead of my
Oh,
brain.
that thing?
Yeah, we'll
Gross.
see. We'll see what happens, but it just, why not? You know,
I you know,
there's so many. Yeah, I don't know.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Mostly because Jason got a little bit of this yesterday before we got cut off because of Ida Grove's fantastic cellular reception. Um,
3G apparently.
I have I have talked myself into this idea that if Randy came back during this match and RKO'd KO and kind of teased that he was gonna let Cody win the title, that I could talk myself into a Cody Rhodes Randy Orton match at Mania. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I have talked myself into
It'd be fun.
match. So I said yes. Maybe a Sami Zayn interaction, maybe a Randy Orton interaction. Somebody with history. And what's great is with KO and Cody, they got history with a lot of people. So who knows? Who knows what could happen in here? Let's get to our men's Royal Rumble. The Josh, God, Josh just writing shit in the Google Doc. I love this. So we have the same questions for the men's Rumble that we had for the women's Rumble. So Josh, to start with you. Who do you have as your Iron Man for the men's Royal Rumble? And no, it cannot be Tony Stark. So, who's your Iron Man?
I have Seth freaking Rollins as my Iron Man.
And why Seth? I mean, obviously he can go in the ring. He can last a long time. He's done long matches before, but
Just
why?
ask Becky. Um,
I should not have
Yeah,
said the
Blue
way I
Chew.
This episode has not been sponsored by Blue Chew Inc.
I don't
Yet.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're sponsored by Hims, not Blue Chew.
Oh God.
You have to get the
Really just
get
anything to
the.
get you hard up, man.
Yeah.
But is there any specific reason for Seth here?
um, well, I mean, I don't want to, I'll lean into. Well, yeah, I don't want to give away too much, but by saying that, you know where it's going. I just think it would make sense. Seth is such a workhorse. He always has been. So I think a lot of similar reasons I picked Liv, I would also put on for Seth. Um, and also I would like to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that's what's great about the Royal Rumble is so often that can just be your reason. It's like, but yeah, why do I think it'd be cool? Because I know that wrestler's capable of it, and I think it would be awesome. So, Jason, who do you have as your Iron Man lasting the longest amount of time in the men's Royal Rumble?
I I really, really, really thought about picking Seth, but then I kind of took a guy that they've invested a lot of money in and that can be put in that spot and they can maybe put him on that Seth level. So I went with Logan Paul.
Oh,
He's a guy that could be in there for an hour. So I said, hey, put him in there for an hour.
Man, I had Sami Zayn as my original Iron Man, but then I remembered Logan Paul and his promo from Raw, so I also went with Logan Paul as my Iron Man in this year's Royal Rumble. Um, I think he can do it. I think now that he's full time into wrestling and he's committed to it, I think he's gonna really have a banner year this year, no matter what they give him to do. So guys, same as last the women's rumble. Who do you think is going to have the most eliminations in the men's Royal Rumble? Josh, who do you have?
I have Jacob Fatu, the actual badass, having the most eliminations.
I think that you really just gave the reason is because he's a monster, he's a badass. They're going to make him look strong, and that's why I went with Jacob Fatu with the most eliminations in this rumble as well. Jason, do you have somebody else different at your most eliminations?
I do, and Jay Patty is going to love this. I feel like they're going to put Braun Breaker as their kind of badass. I almost feel like there was a segment last night on Raw, and Penta, who I love, came into focus, interrupted a Braun Breaker promo, and right away I said, "Okay, Penta's winning this IC title somehow, some way before Mania, and they're going to turn Braun face, and he's going to be your next kind of Brock Lesnar force him down your throat, badass type. So I picked Braun Breaker.
Hmm. Hey, I'm not mad at it. Josh is seething right now, but I'm not mad
I
at
know
it.
he is.
Um,
I mean,
Jason,
hey, I don't
I
have to
get
love the
it.
guy to
no, no,
make
no,
that guy
I
my
get
no,
pick.
no,
it.
no. I get it. Jason, just quick piggyback then. Who do you have as your final four in the men's Royal Rumble?
Also, Ryan, I'm gonna say on
Yeah.
piggybacking my Iron Man pick of Logan Paul. Logan Paul's initials are LP, and LP was also Linkin Park, and they had the best rock album released last year. So I want to throw that in. Um,
What a
yeah,
killer
that didn't make any
segue.
sense, but that was one of those weird. Who? What did you ask me even? Final four? You want
Yeah,
final
final
four?
four. Final four.
Okay. So Ryan, I saw your final four on the sheet,
Okay.
and we had the exact same final four
Son of a
until
bitch.
I I crossed out a guy and I threw another guy in there because it said, well, you got to have a little bit of a heel dynamic in here. You can't have all these faces in the end. So I went with CM Punk,
Okay.
John Cena, Roman Reigns, and then I crossed out a guy and I put Drew McIntyre into the final four because I think there's some kind of a story they're trying to tell with Drew. I don't know what it is yet, but I think he's big part of their plans going forward.
Okay. Hey, not mad at it. I'll just do the piggyback on that. I had Punk, Reigns, Cena, and Seth Rollins as my final four. Now, the only reason I picked those four is because I'm trying to play the odds. I'm trying to pick only, guys that could actually legitimately, I could see winning and main eventing WrestleMania. But I also just think if those four guys, and I think all of our final fours are this way. If those four guys were standing in the ring at the end of a Royal Rumble, you'd be like, well, this is a fucking toss up. You
Yeah.
have four legitimate winners in there. It's not like those years where it's like, oh, the final guys in the Rumble were Roman Reigns, Big Show, and Kane. Well, fuck, I wonder who's gonna win. Like, I hate those Royal Rumbles. I hate those Royal Rumbles where everything is so fucking telegraphed. Then it's like, last year we had Cody and Punk as the final two. That's a toss up to me. We had the year before that we had Cody and Gunther, and yeah, Cody was gonna go on to WrestleMania, but Gunther was at least a viable name. He was the longest reigning IC champion at the time.
They
So
went like 10 minutes after
right, it was
you got down to the final two. Like they made you believe, fuck, Gunther might
absolutely.
win this.
Yeah. So I just I booked that in the way that like I want to see four legitimate guys at the end. So Josh, tell us your final four that you have in the Royal Rumble. 1 point for per correct answer.
All right, I have CM Punk. I have Roman Reigns.
Oh, starting to sound familiar.
I have Seth freaking Rollins.
Okay.
And I have Drew McIntyre.
Okay, so you left Cena out. Okay.
I
Uh,
did.
so why
Oof.
was there any rhyme or reason of why you picked those four guys specifically?
Uh, well, I actually was similar to Jason, and I had Cena in there at first, and then I was like, I feel like Drew has to be involved somehow, and because of some other decisions I made, Cena made the most sense to pull out. Um, yeah, to pull out of there. So I went with McIntyre over Cena. Just I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
probably
mean,
wrong, but I like the
what
risk.
here's what I love is we all had like a very limited variance within our four picks. We picked from the same pool of six guys. But guys, that's what's so great about this year's Royal Rumble is there is a upper echelon of guys that you could legitimately see doing this, and guys that have actually main evented Mania before. So it's not like we're picking from, oh, well, there's two guys that are main event level guys. I wonder who's going to win. Probably Cody Rhodes. Like Cody's not even in the Rumble this year, and we get Roman back in a Rumble. We get Cena back in the Rumble. Seth is always, a dark horse to main event a WrestleMania. Punk has said he's wanted to main event WrestleMania for years. It was one of the stipulations of him coming back. Drew McIntyre is always cooking up something, and I feel like Drew actually. You guys tell me what you think about this, but like Drew really got the shitty end of a deal when he won the Royal Rumble in 2020 and then had to main event WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar in a fucking warehouse. Like
Dude.
that sucked. Like just absolutely sucked because that crowd would have gone bananas for Drew winning that title at Mania.
Well, because they went fucking bananas when Drew eliminated Brock from that Rumble.
It was
Like,
fantastic.
that was, I think, was that the same Rumble that Edge came back in?
I believe it was.
It was. And like that pop was gigantic. And then it seemed like Drew's pop was 3 times as big.
Right.
Like you made a guy that day, but then because of that COVID, we had to throw it all in the dumpster. And I think since then, Drew hasn't, and he talked about that moment last year when he beat Seth for the title. And then we kind of lost all that because you did the stupid cash in and all that. Like we've been waiting for Drew to get this I owe you one moment, and they're not giving it to us. So I think either we've gotten to the point where they're not ever going to give it to us, or they're just kind of banking on it. What is
I'm in my Sami Zayn era trying to get people to break character during live spots.
It must have been good because Ryan lost it.
It's not even that funny. It's just child.
Yeah,
It's
well,
not-
but
it's not funny.
Ryan's childish though.
But I'm sitting here looking at our Google Doc, and I'm just like, what is that? Oh my God. Like it took me a second. Jason, we will tell you tell you at another
When
time.
you tell us
Another time, another
your
place.
pick, when you tell us your pick, who's going to win the Royal Rumble?
Yeah, there we go. That's much better.
I was also very surprised in our last four, nobody picked Duke or Kansas.
Well,
Generally, those are locks for the Final Four.
Okay. I was like, what are you talking about?
Come on,
Yes,
Ryan. Final Four.
there's no North Carolina here for Will Rose, none of that.
No Michigan State.
Jason, who do you have winning the men's Royal Rumble, going on to main event at WrestleMania 41?
As much as I hate it, as much as I feel like they're shoving this guy down our throats, as much as I wore the shirt in protest.
Really? You bought the shirt in protest?
No, I've had this shirt for years. I was so excited when he came to AEW. I said, this guy can put us on the map. And I loved it's kind of a play on the Run the Jewels album covers. So I love that.
Okay.
But I picked CM Punk and I put 4 points on it. I think it's an absolute lock that he's going to win this match.
Okay. I also went with Punk with 2 confidence points. I'm not mad at Punk winning the Rumble, but there's a lot of other people I would love to see win the Rumble. And I don't know if Punk would be in my top 5, but
I'll put this asterisk on it. When Punk joined the Bloodline, the real Bloodline for the Survivor Series match,
yeah,
they kind of started this little angle that Heyman owes him one.
Yeah.
If that story pays off and is incorporated into Punk winning this match or plays out into the road to WrestleMania, maybe I'll change my thoughts on this match.
Yeah.
But right now, I kind of agree with you. Like, I think Punk's winning, but there's 4 or 5 more interesting stories you could tell with the winner of the Rumble.
Yeah, and you're right. Like if that promise, if that thing with Heyman comes into play, awesome. Like tie up some ends with that. Maybe it's like, hey, if it gets down to you and Roman, hey Roman, jump over. Like, I mean, that would suck, but
But yeah, do you see Roman doing that?
no,
No. So how are they going to do this? Does Heyman screw Roman?
yeah.
Does Brock come back? Like I don't know what the payoff
Mm.
is, but if they can deliver on that, I will change my thoughts on this. But for right now, I feel like Punk winning this is a given, and it's a little disappointing.
Well, hey, hopefully they do throw that curveball at us. Josh, who do
Yep.
you have winning the men's Royal Rumble?
I have Seth freaking Rollins winning the men's Royal Rumble. Thank
Tell
you
me,
for
hey,
asking.
Josh, because
Oh,
it does feel a little out of nowhere, given kind of the way does he fuck over CM Punk to get one over on him from beating him on the debut of Netflix?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of leaning in kind of that mindset. Obviously, I'm a big Seth fan, so again, I would like to see it happen. It'd be fun.
Same.
But I think having Seth lose to Punk and having Punk kind of be the bane of Seth's existence and like all these like that story in and of itself is interesting to me. And so having like in a weird way, having the WWE reward Seth for being willing to put Punk over in the ways that he has could be an interesting way to play with that story. Um,
Yeah.
because I think although I think Punk and Rollins are both professionals and there's probably not as much actual heat between them as there used to be, they definitely bring actual heat into their promos they cut with each other, into everything that they do. And I think the those playing with those two is interesting. Um, and since like a lot of people, you guys included, think Punk's going over, I was like, let's give it to Seth.
Okay. Hey,
I hope you're right.
God, I mean, all my multiple Seth Rollins shirts in my closet would say, yeah, I also hope you're right. Because Seth Gunther Part 2, I wouldn't be mad at. Even Seth Cody, like I know maybe that's not really in the cards right now, but I wouldn't be mad at it one bit. If I can't get my Cody Randy Orton match at Mania, I'll gladly take that one. Um, and of course, this is all kind of we're assuming that the people that have been announced are the ones that are going to be factored into the big, huge climactic moments here. But Jason's prop bet for the Royal Rumble was something that I think we really haven't talked that much about, guys, because the Rumble has been so stacked this year. I would say most likely the winner of the Royal Rumble is probably like a 99% chance is going to be someone that has already been announced for the match. But Jason's prop bet was how many non-WWE wrestlers will appear in both Rumbles combined. The set the over under at 5. So Jason, maybe qualify what you mean by non-WWE wrestlers.
I mean, like not currently signed. Like if Randy Orton comes back and he's in it, that doesn't count.
Yeah, he's a
If
WWE
Jade
guy.
Cargill returns and she's in it, that doesn't count. These are people coming back from injuries or storylines or whatever. I'm talking about we just signed this new kind of talent exchange agreement with TNA.
Yeah,
And, they always like to throw a legend or two in there. They used to always throw Pete Rose in there, and then you have Kane come out and eliminate him.
great
So I
run.
have
Or say
surprises.
his name and he
He appeared.
Exactly.
I
I
believe in Joe
I
Hendry.
if I had to guarantee you two surprises that are going to be in this match, I think for sure you're getting Jordan Grace's
Yeah.
kind of debut, although she's been in the Rumble, but she's now signed to WWE. So I think you're getting Jordan Grace in the women's, and I think you're getting Joe Hendry in the men's. That's two. Can we get to 5? I don't think so. I took the under.
I also took the under for a similar reason, Jason. I just think the roster right now is loaded enough. I don't think you really need it.
Oh, and I set that over under kind of high. It's the women's side where I see like you might get a Michelle McCool, or you might get a one of the Bellas, because you only have like 10 announced names on the women's side. The men's side seems pretty locked down.
Yeah.
Where you could run the numbers up is in the women.
Jason and Josh, please tell me what you feel about this. Um, if we get to the point in the women's Royal Rumble, maybe we're in the last five people coming down to the ring, and we hear AJ Lee's music hit. How fucking insane would that be? Like I'm not saying it will happen. I'm just saying it would be
No,
batshit banana pants if it did.
I could see it happen. You pop the crowd
Mhm.
big, like I don't care about it, but yeah, that's another name where you could be a big surprise. Like she's there, let her come out and work for 2 or 3 minutes, and then whatever.
Because like I'll be honest, I'm like it, if Mickey James comes out, don't care. If Michelle McCool comes out again, don't care. Kelly, don't care. Like those, I don't care about that because we've seen it. Like you're
Mm,
not like the pop, even if like I don't hate these wrestlers, but like Lita and Trish Stratus, we've seen them come back in
Mhm.
recent years. It's not a surprise because they've been in the atmosphere the last few years. If AJ Lee came out, she hasn't wrestled since 2014.
yep.
That's 10 years. And because of Punk, we didn't think probably ever see her wrestle again because who needs it? Um, that like that would be a legitimate surprise. Something you don't see
I agree.
coming. So Josh, did you have over under 5 on non-WWE wrestlers appearing in the Royal Rumble?
I thought 5 was a fun number, so I went with push, which I think means 5. I'm taking
Yeah,
it.
which does mean 5, Josh. Um, so guys, while we were talking here, I added a little impromptu, a little prop bet here. So there are 3 of us.
Whoa.
Well, we didn't have to do anything. There's 3 of us. There's 30 entrants in the Royal Rumble. So I randomized 30 numbers and I gave us each entries in this will count for the men's and women's Rumble. So we each have 10 numbers. And if the winners come from those spots, just get an extra point. That sound fair to
Ooh,
you?
I like that.
So
Nice.
not that we're all going to remember this, but let's see if any of these numbers kind of get you excited. Jason, your numbers are 19, 8, 30,
Ooh.
and you know, Jason, you're
Ooh.
most likely to win from 30. Um, 24, 13, 20, 17, 2, 26, and 11. Josh. Josh kind of got the better end of the deal here. He only has one single digit number. I got fucked over royally. Um, so Josh has number 4, number 21, 22, 10, 25, 27, 15, 29, 18, and 16. He only had 2 numbers before the halfway point. So fuck J Patty. Um, and just real quick, I had 12, 14, 28, 1, 7, 6, 3, 9, 5, and 23. So if the man or woman who win their Royal Rumbles come from those numbers, we're just going to add an extra little bonus point onto our little prop bet. Well, we don't usually get
So
to do.
that's 2 more points. One for the women's, one for the men's.
Yes, yep. One for whoever gets the men's number right, and one for who gets the women's number right. So, guys, final thoughts on the Royal Rumble. Anything you want to see? Anything you're particularly excited about that we haven't talked about yet? Josh, what are you feeling about the Royal Rumble?
I am super excited. I I have so how about this? I have a slight dilemma.
Yeah.
I need some marriage advice from you guys
Oh no.
in
Ooh,
regard to the
we're
Royal
not the
Rumble.
two to come back with
So,
marriage advice.
on the Royal Rumble is Saturday.
Yes.
There is a massive event that happens for my wife's work on Saturday called the Dog Wedding.
Oh, yeah,
It is
yeah.
a huge fundraiser. It's literally a wedding for some fucking dogs. It's very cute. And, the cats are the bridesmaids and groomsmen. They dress them up in tutus and tuxedos. It's fully catered. It's awesome. I've officiated said dog wedding 3 times now. Um, yeah. So anyway, I will be in attendance for that. So do I watch Royal Rumble on my phone during the dog wedding, or do I wait until the next day and watch it in the morning?
What time does this event start?
Good question. I'll be there for the majority of it. I'll get there like early afternoon to help set up and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And then I'll be
Uh,
there till like 1, 2 a.m. helping clean up,
Ooh.
and it's an all day affair. Or I can just be like,
Ugh.
oh, hey, Noel, sorry. I have the
No,
COVID.
that's the wrong choice.
Yeah, that's the wrong choice. If you do that, you are going to pay for it for a long time.
All right.
Uh,
So do I watch it at the event?
well, here's the thing.
Also, go ahead, Ryan.
Well, I was just gonna. I agree, Jason. I think I know what you're about to say. I agree with it preemptively. But will you watching it on your phone also get you in hot water? Because if not, I would say whatever. But like with the Royal Rumble, I need it on my big screen. Like
Oh yeah.
I need
I,
to feel the Royal Rumble.
I'm I'm somewhat being tongue in cheek to introduce a fun element into the episode. But yeah, most likely I should probably wait until the next day. So that's a bummer, but I am excited to watch it with my coffee in the next morning.
Oh, I might watch it again and just like live
Here we go.
text with
I'll
you.
set up. Yeah, I'll just set up a Zoom call and I'll have Zoom and
Yeah. I'll have to put you in my earbuds because my kids can't hear your filthy potty mouth.
oh,
Um,
I know how to not do that. I worked with students.
Josh, you got to put up your little note card.
Oh yeah.
Last time I did an episode with our mutual buddy Joshua Knoll, I did say, I was like, hey, I did put a little card up here. And he's like, no, I love when Josh does that. Jason, sorry I cut you off. Is that what you
No,
would advise him to
well,
do?
yeah, I was going to say, like, it is an earlier start time. It's going to be starting at 6 Eastern, Josh. So
Mhm.
that's why I asked what time this event was. But also, you're talking about the Rumble. This is going to be a 4 hour show minimum. So, I mean, you don't want to watch 4 hours in and out of other things on your phone. You might as well just wait till the next day.
Yep.
Rad.
Well, and I will go to our one-on-one text with Jason. Like people who spoil the Royal Rumble, there is a special place in hell for people who
Yep.
spoil the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
Uh,
don't even believe in hell, but people who spoil the Royal Rumble, they go there.
yeah, no, no, no. Like if hell's a thing, for this specific instance, Josh Patterson believes in hell.
Yeah.
Jason, any thing you're hyped and you're ready to go for, the Royal Rumble?
Man, I just
We haven't mentioned.
you know my feelings on current day WWE product. You know my feelings on WWE like non-important PLEs. Rumble is my favorite show because it's just fun.
Yeah,
It's laid back. There's a lot of just shit that doesn't have to fall into narratives,
right,
and
right,
I enjoy that. Like
right.
it can be fun in that moment. Uh, I really, honestly, truly believe Cody and KO are going to deliver.
I
But the two
couldn't agree
Rumble
more.
matches, no matter the outcome, they're always fun, whether you enjoy it or whether you spend time talking about it afterward. Of like, well, they did that, but I wish they would have done this.
Yeah,
They're such big talking points of it's like the MCU with the branched universes where, oh,
true.
well,
Yeah,
if this would have gone this way, this could have gone this way. And I love that. Like, you have not always 30 people, but maybe 10 people where, like, oh, He should have won. He should
Yeah.
have won.
Yep.
He should have won. This is your better match. This is your better feud. And I love that because normally we have two guys fighting for a belt, moving on to one other guy.
Yeah.
This where there's so many other stories you can tell, you can branch tell out, and they've done a really good job with the men this year for the past year they've cycled all these stories, all these branches back into this 30-man match. So I love that.
I agree. I totally agree. I think I just echo what you guys say to close us out here. The Rumble is the one pay-per-view a year, maybe WrestleMania, but really the Royal Rumble, where you can invite friends over that don't watch wrestling. It's just fun with the countdowns and the surprises. I mean, guys, I still remember like in 2016 watching the Rumble, Roman Reigns defending the WWE Championship in the Royal Rumble, and number 3 fucking AJ Styles came out and I lost my shit. Like it was one of those moments where I had a buddy get me on camera. I was like, "Holy fucking shit, that's AJ Styles!" And thankfully he did not send that to the rest of the church staff that I was working on at that point. But no, like those moments, they live rent free. And Josh saying, like when Edge came back, it lives rent free in your mind. Jason, real quick, Jason, do you have a favorite return that you remember that you got so outside your mind about?
Not not really. I I because like I said, that there was that in between that 10 years or so where I wasn't really into the WWE product. I wasn't watching it.
Okay.
But that 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 moment that Drew, I go back to that Drew and Lesnar Mania,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
one that Edge came out in, where um Keith Lee was huge in
Oh,
NXT at the time, and
yeah.
his music hits, and he comes into the ring with Lesnar, and Lesnar was eliminating people left and right, and you see Lesnar kind of, Keith Lee should have been a made man at that moment. Lesnar looks over and he's like, "I've been throwing people out, but you're a fucking big boy. Let's see what you got."
Yeah.
Like all that, and then with Lesnar actually, and Ricochet played a big part in that Rumble, and
Yeah.
nobody remembers that. But just the Rumble's just fun.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
You can, like you just said, you cannot be a wrestling fan. You can really enjoy the Rumble.
Yeah.
And this year it's on a Saturday, and it's early. It starts
Yeah.
at 5 for us here Central. So you can even have people that are, your friends that are bar stars and that want to go out and get shit faced. They might pop over and watch for a while because it's so early in the afternoon.
love it.
Just come over and have fun. Just come over and drink. I got a lot of alcohol at the house. Just come enjoy. Come, save a few bucks at the bar. Get your pregame on here. So,
It's your pregame
that's
on
my
here.
thing.
Oh man, I love it, guys. We're excited for the Rumble, listeners. We hope you enjoy the Royal Rumble. However, you are taking that in, whether you're going to spend some time with animals the night of, and you're going to watch it the day after, whether you're going to watch it live, whether you're going to pregame at Jason's house, whether you're going to be here eating all the we here at my house we do the Royal Rumble like it's the fucking Super Bowl. So we do all the snacks, all the drinks, all the stuff. Like we are bought in. We're totally in on that. So guys, we're gonna send you out on your way. Thank you for listening to this bonus episode here on the Across the Bifrost feed. Jason, remind listeners what wrestling is really all about. You said it, but I think we just need to codify it one more time. What is wrestling all about? What should people be doing?
It's Rumble season, man. Wrestling should be fun. Just enjoy wrestling.
And thankfully it is, because the Rumble is so much fucking fun. So everybody have a great time watching the Rumble, and we will see you next week for a recap of the Royal Rumble, and we'll talk all this through with another bonus episode. So everybody, adios. Orale.
Deuces.
Deuces.